Hey Patrick, I'm curious over the first 3 games of this season. I guess how do you feel like you guys have had or have performed defensively? I guess from net, it seems like a lot of attention has been on this offense and kind of these close matches. But I mean, how have you guys felt? You guys have performed defensively.
Yeah, I think it's been solid. It was kind of an emphasis from the goalkeeping's group side of things that I think we allowed too many goals last year, and a whole defensive kind of front as well. Towards the end of last year, we had a meeting about just kind of what areas we can get better at, and I think these first 3 games, I think we've done a solid job of playing the way that Wilfred wants, but as well just limiting them to as little chances as possible. And I think we haven't had as much as the ball as we've want to, but with that being said, I think we've done a really good job, being on the front foot defending and defending space and behind, and limiting them to as many chances or limited as many chances as possible. I think the one goal we've conceded, it was just a little defending mishap, but I think it's been solid so far this year, but it's a long season, so we gotta continue that.
Do you feel like, as a goalkeeper, when you see how close these games have been, I mean, do you find yourself thriving under that pressure, knowing that one goal can, I mean, in these past games, I mean, one goal defines a win or a tie, or like, I mean, it can be just one ball past you and that's the game. Is that a pressure for you? How do you feel like do you thrive under those circumstances? Or?
No, I don't think I don't feel any pressure with it. Obviously, it's my job to not let any balls go past me. But I think just for me, it's last year. We were getting away with games where we were winning 4-3, 3-2. We were scoring a lot of goals, and so it's just more kind of an emphasis that I gotta myself from the back line, and the whole team just gotta do a job collectively to not let them score, because this year, as of right now, it might be one goal, but we're finding chances. Goals will come. So it's just kind of trying to keep us in the game as long as possible, knowing that our attackers will eventually get a goal.
Patrick, you had some great saves there in the first half and in the second half. What did you see on the one potential Houston goal that was disallowed?
Yeah, it's just kind of second balls. We did a good job clearing the corner, but and stepping our line. I didn't see if he was offsides or not. I didn't see how close it was, but that's a kind of voice of emphasis that we focus on when the ball is cleared. We step our lines as high as possible, and we stay together. And yeah, it was a 50-50 ball. I mean, to be fair, guy hit a good strike, but it was just through traffic, and it was difficult to see it at the split second, but definitely one that I'll go back and look on. It was a late night last night getting home, so I haven't really recapped the game. I'll do that today and kind of see what I could have done better on it.
Coach talked about he loved to he liked to see that the team struggled, like with the last minute goal in Minnesota, but then for the team to figure it out on their own. He was actually pleased that you guys figured it out last night. What kind of emphasis, as far as like teams struggling with things and you guys figuring it out, how did you guys pull that out?
Yeah, I think just through experience. We've last year and last game, 2 games ago, I guess. Just kind of going through these emotions and knowing what it feels like. I think last year towards the end of the season, we did a really good job of closing games out, and so just kind of getting back to the basics of it, and really starting to understand, okay, not how to clear a ball, but the right moments and the nuances that when to keep it, when to play, when to put a ball in behind and just step our line, and just kind of figuring out the dangers of when to do those things. And I think it's a learning moment that we have to go through as a team. It's football. It's going to happen. It's never perfect. It's never going to go 100% how we want it to. But it's just understanding the moments and going through these challenges as a team. And learning from them, and that's a big thing. And I think last night you kind of saw that we've learned from it, and we just got to continue to grow and to improve.
Focusing now on Chicago with some of the new pieces that they brought in. Last year, you guys 2-1 win. They're in Chicago, and then 4-0 win here at home. With those new pieces for Chicago, how, what is your focus on as far as like stopping, Chicago?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of implementing our game plan on the game. It's a new style of play, as Wilford says. It's a different logo, different team, but it's just a new style for us. And we just got to figure out a way to implement our style of play on the game. And yeah, they got some dangerous pieces for sure. With Gutierrez, Shaqiri, their front line. Definitely can change a game on in a split second. So just kind of being aware of where these players are at all times, and focusing on our rest defense when we have the ball. I think I remember last time we played them at home, we had a lot of the ball, so it's just kind of understanding where the dangers are at all times, and limiting their counterattacks. I know they like to make runs in behind, so making sure that from my standpoint, covering the space, but as well as letting the center backs know where the runners are. So it's a new year, new team for sure. So I don't know how they're gonna really play us, but going off of last year, I'd focus on those things.
And last one for me. During the week, do you pay attention to what like the weather's going to be the day of match? And if so, does the training staff help with like if there's going to be like rain or the cold or heat? Do you guys work on through scenarios with that?
I wouldn't say we work through scenarios. We definitely pay attention to it. I do. I know when we go to Houston, and we know that there's going to be like a humid match. The training staff definitely does, and gives us making sure that we're drinking enough water, we're plenty hydrated. Just trying to make sure that we're as healthy as possible going into the game and not dehydrated or anything. But yeah, I think I saw that there was potential rain in the forecast, but it doesn't really change much. Playing in the rain, it's just like playing in the backyard. So it's always fun. You just gotta find a way to keep the ball out of the net.
Sorry, one more quickly. I know you guys are obviously you want to play for a Champions Cup, but a lot of action for you guys here in the next week. How are you, or how is the team? How are you guys being encouraged to kind of stay fresh, especially as you continue to learn this team? Get kind of create an identity. What does that look like for you guys at this point with so much soccer?
Yeah, I think this is why the front office does a great job. They get 28 guys that can play at any time, and so we got a deep squad. So making sure, I think Wilfred definitely rotating guys, keep everyone fresh. But training staff does an unreal job. Ice baths, cold tubs, making sure that we're getting all the right things to stay as healthy as possible. And I think it's on ourselves as well to making sure that we're doing the right things when we leave here. But we got an incredible staff, incredible front office that they've put us in this place. And at the end of the day, we're here to play games. You don't want to train 24/7. You want to play the game. So it's definitely a blessing at times just to play a game, forget about it, play another game, forget about it, and just kind of continue that train.
Thanks, y'all.